Hi everyone, my name is Gaz, and I'll be your host for this show called RTP in a Place, where we're going to be taking a look at a musical story, one game that is currently participating in IndieX. And today I have with me João Commander Boni Antunes, my colleague from RTP Arena, and Charles Bardin, the game designer and co-composer at Glen Cheese Studios, and one of the responsibles for creating this amazing game. So, hi, how are you both? Charles?
Hi, thanks for inviting me here. I'm very happy to be here. And yeah, everything is fine. Thank you.
Bonnie, how are you?
I'm doing great, doing great. We got a great game on our hands, so I don't know. I don't want to take too much time for this because I wanna show everyone what this game is about.
So, Charles, right off the bat, I want to make you a question that, for someone that doesn't know the game, like myself, a musical story is what exactly? What can the players expect from this game?
Well, everything is contained in the name. It's a musical story, you know. So it's a game where you play music to unlock memories. You'll have to play short segments of music, and if you manage to play them well, you'll unlock the next part of the story. So the way you play and the way the story unfolds are totally linked.
Okay, so and on a more gameplay perspective, what can the players expect? I mean, we were talking before, and you said that it was not really required like specific gaming skills, but something else. Can you tell me a little more about that?
Yeah, it's more of a real musical experience. We wanted to make something very different from other musical games. You know, in most of the musical games, you have a playhead. Let's say, for example, Guitar Hero. I love Guitar Hero, but yeah, you have a
I think
playhead.
everyone loves it.
Yeah, and you see the notes, and you have to hit the notes when you see them arriving at a precise point in the screen. That's not the case for us. In our game, you have to really listen to the music and understand it. So that's why it doesn't require huge gaming skills. There are only two buttons, but it requires listening skills, and it's very different. You could watch the game and say, "Oh, it looks so simple," but when you play it, it's so different from other games that, I mean, it can be hard, but you'll see that you'll have assistance to help you if you struggle sometime. I hope you won't. But so it's more of a sensorial, sensitive experience. It's something that's more sensitive and artistic experience than a true gamer one. You know.
Okay, myself, I'm actually a music lover. I played a few instruments in the past, so I'm really hoping to see some of the magic you put into the game. But before going into the game, I wanna ask Bonnie if he has something to ask before really going inside
Yeah.
and trying a musical story.
Right off the bat, I have a huge question, which is based on the thematics of the game and everything that goes around the game. Why a musical game? Why an 80s musical game? Why the psychedelic aspects of it? What was the inspiration behind all of this?
Well, why a musical game? It's very simple. I'm a composer before being a game designer, and I wanted to make a musical game, and we wanted to make a musical game in the team because we are four in this team, and out of four, two of us are composers. So it's one of the strengths of this team, you know. Of course, we wanted to use it. And why did we choose the 70s and the psychedelic atmosphere? I mean, the other composer, Valentin, and I are making music together since 20 years. We know each other since something like 20 years. And we've had rock bands together, etc. And the way we work together is, we've always loved this era for music. We've always loved the 70s. We've always loved Jimi Hendrix, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, all those kinds of bands. So it was very natural for us to do something like this. And that's something we don't see a lot in video games. So that's why that was important for us, because this era is not something we see a lot in musical games. And most of the musical games make you play things like electronic music, and we wanted to make something very different from that, and to show people that they could experience something very different and more organic with the music.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
And where did you base the inspiration for this? You talked about Jimi Hendrix, and well, the main character almost looks like a young version of Jimi Hendrix. So did you get all the inspiration from that artist, or was just
No.
a coincidence?
No, it's a bit more than a coincidence, because after some time, the art director said, "Okay, I think our character will look like a bit like Jimi Hendrix because I like it." It was as simple as that, but it didn't influence the music that much. The music was already something very 70s influence. Like it's not the precise sounds of the 70s. It's more like the mood and the freedom of the 70s. That's something we wanted visually and with the music, because it was something great to start to have all this freedom from this era. So yeah, I mean, in the gameplay perspective, I think our biggest influence could be something like the Rhythm Paradise games, Rhythm Heaven series from Nintendo, because they don't rely on playheads too, and you learn music by playing them, and that's something we wanted to. And and for the sound, I mean, I think the biggest influence for sound was Pink Floyd.
Okay.
Yeah, probably Pink Floyd. And for art, it's very comics related,
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay, so-
that's very curious, because that was going to be my next question about the theme of the game. I was going to ask you if you got some inspiration from a game or a movie or even an artwork for an album from the 70s, or if you just based everything around a musical story on the perception we have of the 70s rock lifestyle.
No, one of the most important things in our game is that it's a game that tells its story without any word. There's only visuals and music. And our main influence, I think, was the movie Up from Pixar. At the very beginning of the movie, there's a 4-minute sequence where you see the life of, it's called Carl in French. I don't know how it's called in Portuguese, sorry. And it's a 4-minute sequence where you see his whole life with his wife, and without any words, just short scenes. And that was the biggest influence we had, because we knew that was the way we wanted to tell a story. Only words, and no words, only music and visuals in short, very short scenes. And that's what the game is. Yeah.
Okay, so I
All
think
about.
it's. I'm gonna interrupt you there. So that I think I'm going to dive into the game right now, and then you'll keep talking with Charles here. So
Yeah, sure, it's gonna be my
I
pleasure.
know you have more questions prepared, but
course
I
I have.
really want to try this game. So I think I'm going in right now. So let me just
Cool.
grab this, and let's see. Okay, so let's hit play.
Well, while we
See
jump in,
where this will take us.
Charles, what was the hardest thing about creating this game? About the artistic vision, or anything, any hardship that you found out while creating this game?
I think the hardest thing wasn't the art. The art was very complicated, but that was not the hardest thing. It was to manage to get this new kind of gameplay that people can understand and enjoy, and which is something very new. And to make it very clear, understandable, can be something really hard. So that's what took us, something like maybe 2 years. We had so many formulas trying to achieve this, and we think we found the right one. Yeah.
Why did you try to create something like this? Why telling a story without words? Because it seems, even on paper, it seems really hard to achieve telling a compelling story without saying much. But in gameplay creation, it sounds even harder to do so. How did you manage to bring this to life? How you did?
Well, telling a story without a word doesn't mean you don't write a story. There's hundreds of pages of story written here. It's like keeping the very essential things here. I see it can be very hard to play while listening to other people. Sorry.
keep talking.
Okay. So yeah, it was a challenge. I wrote something like 7 or 8 different stories before finding the right one. It wasn't obvious at first that we would do it in the 70s, but when we found the right one, it was an exercise of writing a huge amount of stuff about the characters, and then keeping only the very, very important things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell us something about what we are seeing right now? Because we are seeing character after character.
Yeah, this is the very first level of the game. It's right after the tutorial, and it's a scene where we see the main characters of the story rehearsing with their bands. So each level is composed of each level is composed of different music segments to play, then a conclusion leading to the next chapter. There's no loading time. No, there are no loading time in the game. It's thought as a concept album from the 70s. The music never stops,
That's really cool. That's real cool. And I can see that you really like what you created, because you're always stopping. Every time something happens in the screen, you just take a step back, you take a breather, and I bet you are looking at what my colleague is doing, because he's not doing a very good job from the time he spent.
I'm gonna ask the production to up my volume a little bit, please. At least the game.
Yeah.
Because my game is way too low for me to be able to hear.
Yeah, blame the sound, of course.
Yeah, and it's a game because we focus on understanding the music. It's very hard to play without while hearing someone else talking or something like that. Mm-hmm. I know it can be really hard for that.
Yeah, but at least it looks really cool. I really like the way you managed to create this rhythm section. It seems so different from what I'm used to seeing. Why the little spot in the center? It's a question that I had since I saw the trailers. Is it just trying to tell something, or just sending the sound waves to open up the story? Is that what you were trying to go through?
Yeah. That's exactly here. What we have in the middle is what we call the memory bubble, and our main character can't find his memory since you have to help him find the next memory, and while playing you unlock fragments of memory showing you a bit of the image. Playing everything makes you unlock the whole memory, you know?
These visuals look
Yeah, they're
Look
really cool.
really like this. Did you get any inspiration from real places, or you just drew everything from scratch?
Well, for places, most of the inspiration is from scratch. But from scratch doesn't really exist, you know what I mean?
Of course.
You're always inspired by things you already saw somewhere.
I'm starting to
So-
feel the vibe.
So yeah, here you saw a character which we called the crow, which is a crow, and it represents the the problems of our character. It's hard to tell right now, but that's something you'll understand more in this level and the next level. Our character has depression and addiction problems.
Okay.
And those are represented are symbolized by this crow, which seems to chase him.
It's really incredible.
You seem to be better and better.
I mean, now that I can hear the music, it kind of gets a little bit easier. But yeah, it's also something that the more you play, the more you understand and how it works, and of course hearing the music helps a lot due to the timing and the beats and everything.
Yeah, you shouldn't boost him though, because well, we'll see next level. Just had some kind of luck in this one. How was the public reaction to the announcement and to everything you've been showing up until now?
Well, the announcement the reaction to the announcement was pretty amazing. Of course, we were very afraid of what people could think, but we have a very unique visual style and audio style, and I mean, we know it won't appeal to everyone, but I mean, we received something like 99.9% of positive feedback.
So was really great.
It was incredible. But what we wanted to see more is people playing the game, and so that's why we released the demo, which is available on Steam. You can play it. You'll be able to play the first 10 chapters of the game, and seeing people play it really reassured us, because it was a way for us to see that, okay, what we're doing works, people enjoy playing the game. That's great. It means that we can continue building the game like this. We've changed a few things since this demo that you're playing, but well, you'll see it in the final game. But yeah, we've been very reassured by the way people played and enjoyed the game.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the game. I'm not playing it, and I'm already enjoying the game. I'm vibing already. I'm hitting my hand on the sofa because I'm really getting into the vibe of the game. And Gaz is failing notes after notes, and still I'm not losing the focus on what is going on. So it's really cool and really well accomplished. Well, a musical story. Your game has been selected for a couple of awards already, like the London Games Festival and the Day of the Devs. Is this something you were expecting while working on the game?
It's something we were hoping for, of course. I mean, we were very happy and proud of this, and I hope there will be more. Well, there are more coming, so that's cool. But Day of the Devs was something fantastic. I mean, I've been talking to the organizers, and when they said that we were selected, I was like, whoa, this is crazy. Those guys are making the games I love since I'm a child. I mean, that was crazy to see them showcasing our game here. So yeah, that's something fantastic, you know.
Yeah, it must be a wonderful experience. What can you tell us?
Okay, the game just
yeah, go
starts
ahead.
to be a bit harder in this level. You're gonna see that
okay.
this level
Let's get it.
rises up a bit the difficulty.
Yeah, the tempo is up a little bit as well.
Yeah, I think we should just finish it up right now because before he gets humiliated. Because if it's gonna be harder, I don't know. I've seen done the tutorials of some games and I'm not very hopeful for this. As I was going,
You're gonna make it.
easy now.
Easy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. The public is clapping their hands. They're waiting. They're waiting. Take your time, guys. Take your time. No pressure. 3 notes out of 5 that you failed.
Nice. A bit too early. Bit too early.
Okay.
Right?
So after a few times when you lose, let's say, the game starts helping you bits after bits and more. And in the final game, that's something you'll be able to customize, let's say, with different kinds of helps. You can have, I mean, I've seen players saying, "Oh, I don't want any help." I've seen players saying, "Okay, I want the full help all the time," and others like with the automatic mode, which you are playing right now. So it can be okay for everyone, I think.
Yeah, the help you were talking about was that little white dot that was appearing before the notes, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, we're gonna stay 2 hours now. 2 hours until he completes this level. I'm not confident at all.
Let me hear.
How long is the game?
Well, it depends, of course. It depends on who plays this, but let's say for average players, the first run should take around 3 hours, I think.
Okay.
And you have something very cool to unlock, and that will make you want to replay the levels again and again. But
Man,
that's something I won't tell you right now. Nice job!
Yeah, he did it. He did it.
I'm getting into the groove now.
Yeah.
I think that's the objective of the game. Getting
I'm
into the
hearing
groove.
the music a bit doubled, but I think it's maybe a bug. It's like tada tada.
I think I'm hearing it correctly. So
Okay,
it's probably some reverb in the
Yeah.
studio production. What was I gonna add? I just lost myself because I'm really enjoying the music right now, and I kind of wanna dance right now. But yeah, before the interview started, you were saying that the game was in development for around 4 years, right?
Yeah.
What was the reason for 4 years of development in a 3-hour game?
Well, first we had to find the right, the very right formula, and then we had to find the right story, and this is what took us something like 2 years. Because this was very complicated to have the right story with the right formula. Our story talks about memory, but not only memory. It talks about the 70s. It talks about addiction, etc. And everything in the game is deeply connected to the player's experience. Our character will struggle at times when the player will struggle too. That's not something I want to develop too much here, but
Yeah.
this is something that takes a huge amount of time. And then, I mean, lots of things are complicated to create here. Visually, for example, everything is every frame is a new drawing, you know. So each level is made of, I don't know, something like 1,000 drawings. So it can be very, very, very long to create, you know. That's the result we wanted. Nice.
He made it.
I'm getting it.
Yeah, he's starting to get the game.
Yeah, and that's
gonna
the
be a quick
moment.
runner.
That's
It
the
gets
moment
even harder.
our three. Yeah, that's the moment our three guys decide to go and play at this festival, which is called Pinewood. So that's the whole story. They're gonna have to. That's a road trip, you know. So they're gonna have to cross their country, hoping that they will be able to play at the Pinewood Festival, you know. So now what we see is their dream to play in this festival. And as I said, everything continues. There's never a loading time. Everything
it's really
stays smooth.
This is really, really cool.
And of course, it's a road trip, so they have to get a van to do the road trip, you know?
Are they gonna play to buy the van?
Sorry?
Are they gonna play a gig to buy the van or something?
In the very first scenario, yeah, they had to get the van, but as I told you, we wanted to focus on the very essential things of the story, and that was not something very essential to show. I mean, what we like here is that players are able to imagine what connects each level, and that's part of the magic of telling a story with very small scenes like that.
Oh. Okay, Gaz just managed to pass this level
I'm
without the help.
I'm feeling the music now.
I can also feel it. I'm already rooting for you.
This is really cool. The music is really cool, and I mean, it works really well with the system you implemented.
Cool.
Damn, this game made me root for Gaz, and that doesn't happen often. This looks really great. And what's next for a musical story?
Well, the next thing right now, all the ports are being made with our very cool friends at Digerati. They're our publisher. They financed the game. They helped us a lot, you know. And right now they're porting the game to so many platforms that it's crazy. The game will release. So it will release on PC. It will release on Xbox One, Xbox Series consoles, PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, and iOS. And we're super proud that it releases on so many platforms because, yeah.
That's really cool. That's really good.
It's cool
And
to
do you have a release date already? Because I've seen in Steam that it was coming soon, but can you tell us something about that?
The problem is I should stay with soon. I can't say a lot. It's soon, but you know, the ports are being finished, and those things can be a bit hazardous sometimes, where you get to get certifications from Sony, Nintendo, Xbox, and it can take a hazardous amount of time. So I will stay on soon, probably in the very next few months.
Okay, I was gonna ask how soon is now, but okay. The next few months, that's something. So you're gonna release to all platforms at the same time?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what we're aiming for.
Okay, it's a really ambitious look on releasing a game. So let's hope it all works out.
I hope to.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Here we go.
Nice.
Nice.
What we see is that people start like being a bit afraid. There are a lot of people that say, whoa, it's a bit different, or I don't really like music games, I don't know how that will work. And we see a lot of people getting into the vibe more and more as they are playing. And I mean, we've made a lot of playtests and things like that, and we've seen a lot of time people that couldn't leave the controller, you know. So yeah, as I said in this demo, there are 10 chapters, 9 or 10, okay. I can't remember. And this is the chapter in which when you finish the chapter, most people make a whoa. Because yeah, the first image at the end of this chapter looks amazingly cool. Okay. But it's a pretty hard one to play.
Well, that's not good news. He's managing.
Oh,
Head stuck.
So close.
Yeah, he heard my voice and got scared. You can do it. Any tips for anyone starting this game or anyone starting to play it?
I mean, don't worry. Any player you are, there will be a way for you to enjoy the game. Very skilled player will play without any help and will be rewarding by doing this so, because there are special rewards for them, let's say. Nice. And people who struggle will be helped and will be able to get in the game and get in the groove. But it's a game that you shouldn't spend too much time watching streamers do it, because it's very different watching this game and playing this game. The sensation you have playing it and unlocking bits of music because you manage to really play the music is something very unique. And try the demo and experience it.
The demo is already available on Steam, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's really important to point out, so people can go there and try it.
Yeah.
You can do it. Is this the image that you were talking about? The one that is hidden behind this...
the one that's bubble? Hidden behind, yeah.
The memory bubble.
Nice.
There we go. Nice.
Like I said, I'm just feeling the music right now, so... Even with your voice in my head, it's perfect now. No, it sounds really, really cool.
Sounds so peaceful too.
Yeah.
It won't stay peaceful for the whole game. The whole story will have very different things and even very different music styles. Well, here you'll have an acoustic song, but there will be very different ones, even a bit symphonic ones, something very different from rock, and then you return to rock style, etc. It's a real journey, a real trip, you know.
I love
how the drums are character.
I love how the drums are telling us the rhythm before we get to play it. So it's a really good touch.
It's a way to tell players, take your time and listen. You know, there's no game over in our game. You just have to take your time and you'll surely be able to play these 10 seconds small things. We wanted to achieve something that we saw. Did you guys play a game called Celeste?
Yeah, I did play Celeste.
I didn't play it, but I know which one it is.
It was a real example for me as a game designer, because this game can be tough, it can be really hard, but it's being a hard game for very small portions each time. It's hard for 10 seconds, then hard again for 10 seconds, etc. So it's a way for people to have something that is rewarding very often, and the game also says, okay, if it's too hard for you, I can give you a bit of help, and
Okay.
that's the way we thought it too, and that's something I really liked in Celeste, and yeah, that's our way of implementing it in a musical story.
Okay. So this one going to be the last level I'm going to be playing. We're running
Yeah.
out of time. So okay, let's see if I can do this on the first.
Almost.
Almost. Okay.
Gotta be a little slower.
This one is bad.
I love this. Are these harmonicas playing?
This one is a melodica.
Okay.
It's a one with a. It's like a keyboard, a synth, you know, and
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. I know.
blow into it, yeah.
I know what melodic is. Yeah. Okay. We're getting better.
Nice.
Almost. Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got
So
it.
basically, what we're doing here, and something that you don't really see, is that we build the game while composing it. We build like music teachers.
Yeah.
Like we are learning you things one after the other. It starts with very simple things, and then we're adding after beats or things like that, and it gets more and more complicated, but in a way a music teacher would think about. We've been music teachers, the other composer and I. Yeah.
I mean, from what I felt playing the game, this is really something else for people that like music like myself. Although I didn't did too great. That's a fact. But in my defense, I had you both talking in my head. So
Yeah, sure. There's
it
always
gets
a
a bit
defense.
harder.
There's
But
always a
I mean,
defense.
I actually really enjoyed it because since I like music, it takes us on it's really chilled, like Bonnie was saying, and it's different. It seems simple, but it's actually really complex in a way, and that's something that I really liked. So I mean, thank you
Yeah.
for this.
Thank you very much. And that's what you said. We wanted to make something very accessible, very simple to tackle. 2 buttons and that's it. But then it's the way you play the game and the way you have to listen to the music and to be able to reproduce it that makes it very different from other games.
Okay, Charles, thank you so much for showing us
Thank
the
you so
musical
much.
story. It was really amazing, and I'm sure I will be checking it out once it's released. So make sure to say to people when is the game releasing. So I think many people
We will.
enjoy the game. Thank you
We
so much.
will. Thank you so much.
This was our episode covering the musical story, and it was really great. And hopefully this game will do well on IndieX. Thank you so much for hearing us, and see you next time.